Hi guys, my name is Nonima Dikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope all you are doing well. So today, let's talk about Senzo Meyiwa case. Of course, let's break it down just a bit, simplify it just a bit so that we understand, what is happening inside the courtroom. Apologies. So that we understand what is happening inside the courtroom right now where we are. This is what I think is happening. Or what brought this entire thing of Ndade Absalom Zungu, Babu Absalom Zungu. Number one, Sizwe Zungu's testimony. Let's talk about that just a bit. Testified in 2023 that in 2018, 2019, he told the police he knew nothing about the murder of Senzo Meyiwa, claiming that he wanted them to go and do their own investigation. That's what he told the police, the court in 2023 when he testified, right? Hang on to that. Secondly, further statement in November 2019. Absalom Zungu said he heard from Bekiseni, who heard from Ntanzi brother, that IQ1 and 2 were involved in the Senzo Meyiwa murder. He passed this information to his son, Sikhumbuzo Sizwe Zungu, who is a police officer in Gauteng. Thirdly, contradiction now, okay? Hang on, like Bamba going. Sizwe claimed he didn't know his father made a statement after being asked that on cross-examination by Ramusipin. Also, police had gone to Absalom Zungu in 2019 to confirm he grew up at Nongoma, even though Sizwe only gave his statement in 2023. Contradictions? Okay. Number 4, Brigadier Gininda's interference. After Sizwe testified, Gininda tried to cover issues by claiming Absalom Zungu was the star witness. He relied on Absalom Zungu's statement to corroborate the police case. The problem, Absalom's testimony is triple hearsay. Ntanzi brother, Bekiseni, Absalom, Sizwe Zungu, police officer, then the courtroom. Yet, arrests were made in that mess. Triple hearsay. The arrests were made. Okay, what can we take away here? What is the key takeaway in this one? Because, wow, Sanalam. The prosecution's case appears extremely shaky, relying heavily on hearsay, inconsistent timelines, and retroactive corroboration. Why are we saying this? Because there's a lot of things that are happening now. Babu Zungu is in court now himself. The so-called star witness of the state that Gininda referred to is in court, and he says, this, I have nothing to do with it. So who ruined the Senzo Meyiwa case to make it a triple hearsay? The police, witnesses, and then if there's a cover-up, perhaps something is going on here. Because the Senzo Meyiwa case continues to reveal shocking inconsistencies. And that's why in this video, we are breaking down Zungu's testimony versus his father, Absalom Zungu's statement, 2019. Few pointers, Jay, is that you must understand that 2019, Absalom Zungu speaks with the police. 2023, Zungu speaks to the police. And then 2023 also, Brigadier Gininda comes and says, Mr. Zungu Senior is the star witness, relying on triple hearsay, by the way. He gets people arrested on that. Accused were arrested based on a shaky foundation. And now people are acting as if they don't understand why the case is the way it is. The case is the way it is because of the things that were said in that courtroom and the things that happened in that courtroom. Everything is just shaky right now. Everything is just shaky. Now, the question is, currently we have Babu Zungu on the witness box, and Mr. Zungu is distancing himself, rubbishing everything that Gininda said in that courtroom about him being a star witness, saying that Gininda and him, when they met, Gininda forcefully said to him, these are the things that you are going to say. This is going to be your statement. That's what Babu Zungu is telling the court. The question is the court going to believe what Babu Zungu is saying? What is the court going to do after this? How is the court going? And also there's an issue of signatures. We will do a video about that too. There's an issue of signatures also, which is also very, very shaky, which is very, very weird, which is very worrisome. And the state stands there and expects people to believe the state case. The state stands there, and it's embarrassing, to say the least. It's embarrassing to the judiciary. It's embarrassing to the NPA. It's embarrassing to the police. And there's a lot of questionable things, because at this point now, the question is, which narrative must we move with? And who's telling the lies? The police, Constable Zungu, his father, who is not telling the truth? But one thing I like about Mr. Zungu Sr. is that his evidence is straightforward. His evidence is not changing. His evidence is absolutely very believable. There is no one who's listening to him and saying, except for those ones that work for the state. There are those accounts there on YouTube channel of SABC where we watch the case, all of us, that are Team State. They are Team State. So it's not a lot of them. I don't even think we have about 10 or 15 people. It's just them. But we do have a lot of people that are like, Babu Zungu is telling the truth. We have a lot of people that are believing the old man than the son. And I don't think Gininda realized what is happening here. But Gininda never thought that Babu Zungu will make it to court. Gininda and the state, they never thought the case will be where it is today. They thought this case, because they had Ntanzi's confession, and Ntanzi's confession is going to make sure in 2020 he's gonna be a Section 204 witness, and then after that he's gonna be a Section 204 witness, get his sentencing, becomes the witness, state witness, and then he puts the blame on the other accused. Things did not go as how Gininda thought they will, and now the case ended up being broadcasted, and I don't think they thought the broadcasting is going to get to where it is today. There's a lot of things that they did not think through, which are now a problem for them. A problem that they did not realize it's going to happen, and it is happening, sadly for them. Sadly for them, it is happening. So we are sitting here with a defense that is now having the upper hand, because Gininda messed up the state case by bringing triple hearsay evidence. We will do a breakdown when it comes to that triple hearsay evidence, and we will take it's bit by bit as everything comes. But today we are going to hear the cross-examination from the other defense lawyers, then Baloyi. I hope he's not going to take long the way he did with Sibiya. I hope so. I pray he doesn't take long. I hope so, and I pray that he doesn't take long. So we are going to see what's going to happen with the case as it continues. But we can see now that by January, that's when we'll get to Ntanzi, or February, I don't know. That's when we'll get to Ntanzi and accused number 3 and their witnesses. But I don't think Ntanzi needs a lot of witnesses, maybe 1 or 2 to confirm where he was in that weekend, because he took leave in July, unpaid leave in July. So we just need someone who's going to say, I was with him at home in KwaNongoma. And also we learned from Babu Zungu that all the details that that Uskumbuzo Zungu had on himself was things that he did in a mini interview without his father realizing that he was being interviewed for something so dangerous. Every information that he has, he interviewed his father, asked about Muzi, asked about Ngani, and all of that. because he wanted to do the links and the corroborations. Sorry. So that's what we learned when Babu Zungu was on the witness box. But most importantly, the case, the state case. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to that? Let's talk in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.